let's get right to it. These are vetted questions. These are the questions from the members of the GHWCC. Oh, I'm so sorry. Not saving the. I got too excited.
That's
MJ,
okay.
too. Pardon me.
You're not the only one. Special interest is ignoring me also. My name is MJ Khan, and I'm your candidate for the mayor. And I appreciate Greater Houston Women Chamber of Commerce. We applauded you, all of you in the past. But I also want to appreciate and recognize the people who are working behind the scenes. All these people who prepared these food, these waiters who are serving, you are as important to me as anybody you're serving today. I know the struggles you go through because I was there. When I came to this country, I had nothing, but I played by the rules, work hard, and if I can be the mayor of Houston, you can be the mayor of Houston, and your children can be the president of the United States. Don't ever forget that. Don't let a special interest do things to push you down. Be proud of what you are. I have MBA degree from Rice. I'm a businessman like you all, and I served the city council. I ran large corporations, and I ran non-profit corporations, so I bring the whole package. My package is different from legislative experience. I don't have legislative experience, but that's not what you need. You all hire people every day as business people, right? You hire people based on qualifications, not who is the favorite of special interest and pay-to-play contractors who are sucking your dollars like leeches, or who can chase the camera and make the longest speeches. You need to make sure that you decide based on qualification, and if you do that, you will know that MJ Khan is the best candidate for the mayor. This city is going in the wrong direction. I will turn this city around 180 degrees. We will do away with all the cronyism going on, all the problems you're facing, wastage of tax dollars. All that needs to be done if you have a businessman running the city rather than people who are favorite of special interests. Thank you.
And thank you, Councilmember MJ Khan, as an immigrant to immigrant. My apologies. Okay, take two. So these are questions from and by our GHWCC members, vetted. So this is going to be a random ask, and we'll just make sure that the answers, that each of you get an answer that's equitable. So you may not answer every question, but here we go. Economic development. Some of you spoke about this in your opening speech. Texas continues to be recognized as the best state for women entrepreneurs. We have the highest number of women-owned businesses in the country at a whopping 1.4 million, but we're still lagging in the percentage of procurement opportunities and access to capital. So we know, I think Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee pointed it out, that only 30% of city contracting awards have been issued over the last 3 years. So I ask you, panel, what do you plan to do to increase the number of awards to women-owned businesses? This is the audience we're talking to, both at the prime and subcontracting level. Councilmember Khan, do you have a response to permitting issues?
Look, I told you city is in the wrong direction. One of the reasons city is going in the wrong direction is because of this bloated bureaucracy, okay, a special interest influence, and the mismanagement of the city government. City permitting department is a classic example of why city is not working for you. What Lee Kaplan just mentioned, I have people telling me, look, the state of Texas is attracting a lot of people from all over the country.
Time.
Why they are not coming to Houston? Because Houston is not.
I want to talk about flooding, and everybody will get a fair chance. I'm going to send this to Senator Whitmire on flooding. Specific measures do you propose to mitigate the impact of ongoing flooding? We've all been affected. How do you plan as mayor to address the issue of aging infrastructure that contributes to Houston's susceptibility to floods? Councilmember Gallegos. Councilmember Khan, do you have any response to flooding?
Yes, absolutely. Flooding is a major issue. Street infrastructure is crumbling, as you all know that. My plan is right now in our dedicated drainage and street repair fund, we are spending about $220 million a year. We will never catch up. What I will do is reach out to the voters, use that same dedicated fund of $220 million issue a bond which will yield over $2.5 billion based on today's interest rate, and take care of this infrastructure problem for good. As business people, we always look for options, option A, option B, option C. That's what I will do. Yes, I will reach out to our General Land Office and work with them, not calling names, work with them to give the fair share to Houston based on the merits of our argument and merits of our projects. That's how you get things done, not by calling names and not by being in confrontation with other people you have to deal with.
I'm going to get to you, Congressman. Okay, we're going to turn it to public safety and crime. We heard a report on the news recently that a convicted murderer was let out on bond to get a haircut. We keep on hearing these stories of those getting out and criminalizing and persecuting victims. So what measures, if elected mayor, would you prioritize to enhance public safety, reduce crime in Houston, and how will you improve collaboration and communication between law enforcement agencies and the communities they serve? I'm going to go straight to...
Number one, I will have a police chief who is tough on crime. I will add 500 more police officers just in first year, adding the budget by $100 million without raising your taxes, like some other candidates are asking to lift the revenue cap for public safety. I don't believe that citizens of Houston are ready to give a single dime more in taxes. So I will not raise your taxes. Number three, I will make sure that our crime lab works well, because why there are two crime labs, I don't understand. So there is a problem with our crime lab. I will ask the police chief to enforce all the traffic laws so our streets are safe. And more importantly, I will not call daddies in Austin to send DPS to Houston. We are can-do city. We are Houstonian. We can take care of our problems ourselves. We need to respect our police officers to do their job. And yes, there is also a problem where these judges are letting these criminals out and they are shooting our sheriff deputy. So we need to call on these judges why they are not doing the job they are supposed to do. We are going to work with the DA's office to make sure that all the criminals are prosecuted.
Lee, would you like to? Finally, we want to talk on the issue of the pension. The firefighters union and the city administration have been at odds for years over overpay, pensions, and other major issues. As mayor, what will you do to improve the working relationship with our first responders while recognizing the serious financial situation our city faces? Gil, I'll start with you.
As businessmen and women, we negotiate on a daily basis with a lot of people, with our clients, with our adversaries also. First of all, you have to negotiate in good faith. The problem with this administration ever had that firefighters never believe that they are dealing in good faith. So that's number one problem. Second thing what I will do is I will sit down with them and let the merits of the facts and figure do the convincing. Another thing is I think we have to look at why do we all have our fire and pension plan for firefighters and municipal employee on a defined benefit basis. We should explore the defined contribution basis. In our private sector, we all have defined contribution pension plan. I think that's what, at least for the new employees we are hiring, we should go into that direction. So over the years, this problem is not a problem like it is today.
And Lee, I'm going to give you, are there closing remarks? All right, we're going to go back to the order for closing remarks. We're going to start with MJ Khan.
Well, thank you. Look, we all have to make a choice, and this choice will be a critical choice for coming years. We have to base on the qualifications. You know, if somebody has played checkers or chess all their lives and you put them as a quarterback of Houston Texans, not only they will fail, the team will fail. So that's the choice you have to make. You have to pick people based on what their experience is, whether they have run businesses instead of talking about businesses, whether they have worked with the other groups, whether they have led and shows the qualification for the job. One of the proudest moments I will tell you, when I was the president of the Islamic Society of Greater Houston, I had the first time ever a woman start serving on the board. That was a tough glass ceiling to crack, but we did it. Why? Because I believe that everybody should have the same opportunities like anybody else. My history is to treat people with respect, and make sure that the city of Houston respond to you and serve you for what our core services are. We need to be laser focused on our core services, get the city moving in the right direction. We don't want to be the Detroit of the South, and that's where we are heading. So if you give me this opportunity, you will know that I will run the city with the highest ethical standards. Two groups of people will suffer the most. The bloated bureaucracy, I will put them on crash diet.
Nope, time.
And
Time.
the special interest.
Thank you.
Is there 30?
No, we gave you extra time.
Okay.
Gil, our